Good. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we have a quorum, and this is our special meeting to have the second reading of the ordinance to change the election dates. Ordinance 2025 dash, we have dash 8, okay. So do you want to read it? Do you want me to?
I don't have it.
All right. Ordinance 2025-8 is an ordinance establishing the time of municipal election and the municipal elections and the terms of town elected officials. Whereas Indiana Code 3-10-7-2.9 provides that during the year preceding a municipal election conducted under the Indiana Code, the town may adopt an ordinance changing the time municipal elections are held for the offices of the town legislative body, members, and clerk treasurer. And the date of the next election being November 2027, the town board of Oldenburg, Indiana, now passes the following ordinance. The next town election shall occur in 2026, followed by an election in 2030 and each fourth year thereafter. That the elections for town offices shall be held during general elections. All 3 town board offices shall be elected in 2026. The persons elected to town board office in 2026 shall serve a 4-year term commencing January 1st, 2027. The next election for this office shall occur in 2030. The town clerk treasurer shall be elected in 2026 to serve a 4-year term commencing January 1st, 2027. The next election for this office shall occur in 2030. The term of office of each town officer shall be 4 years. Adopted by the town board of Oldenburg, Indiana on the 26th day of December 2025. Any changes?
Sounds good.
Motion to pass?
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Motion to adjourn?
Just on the 26th day of December 2025. And is there any other business we need to cover?
Maybe if you want to talk about, what's that?
Did you sign this paperwork or just Dave?
Dave signs that. And then the clerk has to attest to it. And then, I don't know if you guys want to talk about the methods of, the possible methods of increasing the town size of the town board. We can do that.
Okay.
When we don't have to, I'm just saying it's not.
I'll keep this.
The statute makes it plain that in a town of less than 3,500 people, the only way to increase the size of the town board is to submit that question to the voters.
Mhm.
The way that process starts would be by the town board, existing town board, passing a resolution saying this is something we think we want to do. And also then asking the county clerk who runs the election, who always runs general elections, to put it on the ballot as a special question. Now, it is within the possibility in the statute for the town board to ask the clerk to set a special election where this one question would be the only thing on the ballot, and only the people inside Oldenburg would vote, of course. But that would be one of these elections that we would have to pay for.
Right.
Kind of like one of the things we're trying to avoid by going off of the odd year schedule the statute would allow for us to do that. Would allow for us to pay for that. If we don't want to pay for it, then we can have it be on a general election or a general election primary. General election is defined by code as the election that takes place every 2 years for the Indiana General Assembly, House of Representatives. Okay, the next one will be in the fall of
2020.
the first Tuesday following the first Monday in November 2026.
So November 3rd.
Sure. If we don't want to wait that long, we can ask that this special question be put on the general election primary, which will be held right there at the beginning of May 2026. We have to we have to pass this resolution and ask the clerk to do it at least 74 days before that election. So in other words, 2.5 months before the date of that election.
Mhm.
If we miss that deadline, we could still do it in the fall, but we would have to do it by like August 1st.
Okay.
Once, assuming you guys pass that resolution and we submit it to the voters, it's a simple majority that decides among the voters. If they say no, then we just have to read.
Right.
Okay. If they say yes, then the empty seats are filled by the same procedure that was used when Brian and Tyler were appointed, which means that you guys as a board would appoint those two, assuming that it's 5, you would appoint those 2 seats to fill out the rest of the term that goes from 27 through 30.
But if the question is put on the primary ballot,
Yep.
then would we have to do it right after that election?
No.
And then they would only serve until 26?
No.
So then really there's no benefit to do it at the
Well,
primary.
the only benefit is so that you have more time. And I wasn't clear enough because, and I'm not trying to be unclear, but that's a good question. The statute says that regardless of when this question is approved by the voters, okay, assuming that it's approved, then it says at the next regular public meeting, the town board shall pass an ordinance increasing the size from 3 to 5.
Okay.
Okay. And that shall be transmitted to the county clerk, and it shall take effect on the following January the 1st.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter in one sense whether this question is on the primary ballot or on the November ballot. If it was passed, it would take effect on January 1st of 2027.
And that's when we would start the procedure of filling the 2 seats.
Well, yes, except that you can start the procedure of, once you know that the 2 seats need to be filled, you can start the procedure of filling them immediately.
Okay.
But those people don't take office until either they're appointed or January the 1st, 27, whichever is later. So in other words, if let's say for argument's sake that the question was on the May ballot and it was approved in May, and in June you passed the ordinance putting this into effect, you would then have from June until January the 1st to interview the 2 people and pick them so that they would be ready to take office sort of 5 minutes after you yourselves did, or whoever the new board that was elected was on January the 1st of 2027.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, that all still can happen if the thing isn't approved until November. But then, of course, the next public meeting isn't going to be till like first Monday in December. And then you'll have a short
It's a
period of
time.
time with the holidays ensuing to, if you want to get people picked before
Right.
January the 1st. And so it could very well be that those people don't get picked until, in a situation like that, could be those people don't get picked till sometime in January or even February.
Right.
And then they don't get, then their term is going to be the rest of the time. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
The other moving part there, something that I never even thought about until just right now, but obviously, there's no way to know sitting here today who the three people that are going to be elected in
Right.
November are. It could be some combination of one or two of you plus new people, or all three of you, or three new people
Right.
that take effect on January 1st of 2027. If you the existing board has the right to make this selection before it leaves office at the end of December 31st, 2026. Obviously, if you didn't get it done before then, the incoming board, whoever that is, would make that selection.
Okay.
Okay. And
That makes sense.
and it was kind of a weird, complicated procedure, and that's why I wanted to. And I know that I told you guys, sort of emailed you guys that on the fly the other day when you had asked about how it worked. So I wanted to report on it, especially since you have it as a possibility on the notice that you're going to be giving out to people.
So I say general election here. If we want to change it to primary election.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
If you want to do it in May, we should probably change that order to primary.
Yeah. And
So
I
I
think
need
that'd
to
be-
have a resolution for next year.
With sometime before 74 days before the
you know,
when we want
that-
to have the election, we'll have to pass that resolution which says we think we want to do this, and clerk, will you please put it on the ballot?
from the survey that I've seen, and I would question the validity of that survey until
Well, I know
I-
you sent around something saying like 40% of the people were actual Oldenburg respondents.
right,
and-
of the 107 Oldenburg respondents,
yeah,
a very high majority of them said that they would like to go from 3 to 5.
okay.
So,
I mean, I hope people,
What happens if, say we do go to 5 and we only get one?
then the board
Resume.
has to beat the bushes and find somebody to do it.
We have to find a fifth seat.
Well, but I mean, you can't force anybody to do it. But I mean, it takes as long as it takes to find
To fill
somebody.
it. Okay.
You know, it,
Open active search.
you know, it takes.
Took 2 years to find you.
That's what I say. That's what I say.
let's see which one of these is I think it's this one.
You know, it took a long time to find somebody to replace Cindy as the clerk, as you know. There were several candidates to replace Greg Streeting, but then by the time we got to replacing Denny, we were down to only two.
It's one of these upcoming questions here. I think it's this one. Nope, that's term limits, which we can't impose
The
though.
Indiana Constitution does not allow for that.
Must be the last one, of course. There.
I don't know who came up with these questions or who posted them or who did the survey, but like I said, it concerns me a little bit that they're asking questions that we're not even allowed to do.
Right. Which one of these is the one that only has 107? It must be one.
Probably, what is your affiliation with Oldenburg?
Oh, okay, right. They're all on one page here. Okay. That's 107. So everything below this is 107, which are people who live in Oldenburg. All right. There. Out of 107 people, 88 people responded. 67 said 5. 3 said current structure, and 6 said 7.
Where the heck would we get 7?
That'd be 3.
That's what I say.
So the over 67 out of 88 out of 107.
Yeah.
So that's pretty compelling.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think in the January meeting, we need to
Sure.
pass the resolution to, we'll discuss it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that'll be for the 3 of you to vote on.
I
Okay.
need your help with the language of that.
Sure,
resolution.
absolutely. That's what I figured. But I didn't say that.
Okay,
All
I
right.
didn't craft that actual resolution yet.
Okay.
But I guess the next public meeting will be here before I know it, so I shouldn't screw around.
It's the Monday after I get back. So, all right, we ready to adjourn?
Yeah.
Yeah, motion to adjourn.
Make a motion for that.
Second. We're adjourned. Thank you for coming.
All day today, literally all day,